Hi everyone, it's Monday. Can you believe it? Already we're into another week and the last week of September. It is unbelievable that we're so far away into the year, and we've had grand final weekend for the AFL happen at the weekend, and I don't know about you, but my team got, well, not my team, the team I was barracking for got through. So that was good. So I hope everybody had a great weekend for the grand final. NRL grand final is next weekend. In the Stamping Up world, there's a little bit happening for October. And as I said, October is Wednesday. Can you believe it? Wednesday. So there is a lot happening. And, I sometimes find I'm struggling to get my head around it because I'm busy concentrating on getting organised for a cruise. And that's not far away either, so we're getting there. So if you see the red light, I'm live. You may be watching the replay on Facebook or you're watching it on YouTube. But wherever you are, please hit the like button. And on my YouTube channel or Facebook page, please subscribe so that you're up to date with everything that's going on. So my name's Anita Mazzero and I'm a Stamping Up demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria. So as I said, October is nearly here. A month of spring has gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera down and we are going to have a look at some things that are going to be happening in the next week or so and you might be interested in. So we'll just flip the camera around and turn you down. And I'll just get this. It used to be really good when I could get it all organised prior, but not anymore. Okay, Saturday. Saturday is World Card Making Day. You can still register. You can register up till 2 o'clock on the Saturday. The kit that they're using is the Handmade and Heartfelt kit, which comes complete with a box that you can put all your cards in. So if you want to be part of it, I would suggest go and register. You don't have to watch if you're not available on Saturday. You can go and do it late, because 2 till 3 on Saturday. And if you're not registered, you don't get... Hello, Glenda, how are you? Welcome. So if you're not registered, you don't get to see what they do with this kit. And I'm assuming, apart from making some cards that are the same as the kit, they would be doing something completely different. So think about it. It's got a gorgeous stamp set to it with hello sunshine, happy birthday, thinking of you, wishing you the best, a to and from, and thanks very much. Very versatile, any use stamp set. So once you've made the kit up, made the cards up, you've still got the stamp set to use. So it comes with everything you need, adhesives, whatever. Everything you need will be in the kit. It's got instructions of how to make it, but join the World Card Making Day. Just go to my site and you will be able to see where it is. And if I think of it, and if I do it right now, put myself a little note, because I will forget at the end of the day, I'll put the link. And that way, if you want to register, you can do it. Because, by the time I finish with you later on, I've forgotten all about it, haven't I? Okay, that's number one thing that's happening in October. Also at the moment, we have our 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. Now, this is something we've never seen before, so this is very new and very different for Stamping Up. This is a 12-day Advent calendar, and each day, as you open up the different numbers, you will receive something. do believe there's some stamps, some dies and paper. That's about all I've been aware of that is in this kit. It's quite large, as you can see by the person's hands here. It is quite a large little kit. So this kit is available for $173, but I believe it's got everything you want in it. So I haven't got mine yet, but it is something different and something worth looking at. As I said before, I've been busy thinking about a cruise, not about crafting much. I've been crafting all my what's-her-names. You're looking forward to World Card Making Day? Yeah, I've got something else on at the same time, but I've registered and I'm going to watch the replay as I have something on at the same time. We can't be in two places at once, and but yeah, I always love looking at it and seeing what they're doing, and the little sneak peeks that you get, which I like to see. So that's the Advent calendar. Now, as of Wednesday, if you're interested in becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, hello, Cherry, how are you today? Have you got the kids over the holidays, or are you child-free? Stampin' Up! As of the 1st of October to the 31st of October have a joining offer. And this is amazing. Normally, I've gone blank on the amount. Anyway, normally you would pay $169 to get $235 worth of products of your choosing to join. And you'll get that sent to you without shipping, plus you'll get stuff for if you want to run classes or whatever. You're having a holiday. Oh, I'm glad, Cherry. Nice to have a break. So that's a great, great offer for $235. But if you still want to pay the $169, you will get $344. Can you imagine if you've got your eye on a couple of sweets or maybe a cut and emboss machine even, you can pick that and choose it. This is a great way of joining, and you don't have to do like I do. You can just be a hobby demonstrator where you just purchase your products and get your 20% off. If you do take up the joining offer, this does not go into your rewards program. Once you start ordering after that, it's in the rewards program. So the joining offer, because it's unique, it doesn't go towards the rewards program at all. But hey, if you're not a demonstrator, just think of the fun you have and the community that you meet. Now, for me, I think that a lot of the people that I know I would never have met without Stampin' Up. So I'm very grateful for that. Now, last week, I did this card, which is our unique Christmas one, where I tried to create that willow figurine. And I did say I would do something again this week, but something simpler. Well, it's simple, but a little bit in it. So today we're going to do some bleaching. Now, hands up if you've done the bleaching technique. It is one that I haven't done for years, but this set certainly made it that I could do it because I thought it is so much fun to do something a little bit different. So I've got a piece of cardstock here, 9 by 13.4. So that's going to be my front of my card. So I've chosen the cloud cover. When I've done this, I will show you some samples of what I've done in the bleaching with other colours and how they turned out. So I'm going to put my Versamark over. I'm going to get my piece. The Versamark in to make sure that's done beautifully. And then I'm also going to get some stars because I want to emboss these as well. So I might as well do it all at the same time. There we go. How simple is that? So I'm going to use silver because I can. You know what? Why not use something nice? So I'm just going to cover, put plenty on there. We just go and make sure it goes onto all the parts. I had bigger containers, but I don't. And I made a mess, which is what I was trying not to do. I hope I'm still live. It did just look like my internet must have dropped out for a second, so I hope I'm still here with you. So I'm just going to clear that. Oh, talk about make a mess. I'm very good at that. So I might as well put this back in while I'm here. I'll just wipe all this down. Thank goodness for the glass mat. It makes it so much easier. Right, now I'm going to have a look if there's any straggles because we don't want straggly pieces, do we? Oh, good, I'm glad you're still there. I thought if I just keep talking, it would be the easiest way. I think sometimes just lets you know that it might be their signal that's a bit weak, but yeah. My internet is showing me that I was very strong, so I couldn't work out why. Okay, so I'm just going to go and emboss this. Now I like embossing from behind. And then the magic will begin, where you see it come to life. Sorry if I'm off screen, I don't mean to be, but if I hold it this way, I usually hold it the opposite way, so you can see what I'm doing this. I do it this way. Who else embosses from underneath? There we go, all done. How lovely is that? Card cover is a gorgeous colour for doing it. So I've got a bit of paper here, and oops, I've missed a piece. I better quickly get that before it disappears. There we go. Right. No, there's still another piece. Just a little bit. Just run over it all again just to make sure. It looks like I've got it now. There we go. So as you can see, the silver on that looks absolutely beautiful. And you could use that on its own in a card and it would look just fine. But as I said, I'm going to do the bleaching technique. Now, have you done it before? If you have, put your hand up and let me know. So I've got a water painter here. Yes, it's got water in it, but I'm not using the water. In my dish, I have got some White King, which is a bleach. This one's a little bit thicker than normal, but that doesn't matter. I didn't realise that when I grabbed it. So I'm just going to get my water painter and I'm just going to make sure I've got no straggly, a couple of straggly hairs that I just need to, there we go. And I'm just going to get the white king on it and then just very gently go around inside. And the beauty of this is, as you can see already, it is starting to change colour. That's the beauty of the bleaching technique. Just try and keep it close in as possible. I'm just basically wetting the cardstock, going through, trying not to go out the lines. If you've got a fine paintbrush, that would be great. I had one here, but I must have had glue on it because it didn't work. You've never tried it, Glenda? Oh, I haven't done this one for years, and it's a really lovely one to do. And I'm having all sorts of trouble with this stray hair on this thing, so it's going to make a bit of a mess, but I have cut one out, got one ready for later on. So as you can see, I'm just popping it on, and don't use a furry brush because that wasn't like that before and I didn't want to pull out another one. So as you can see, I've got a couple of little straggly pieces coming out from there. So I'm just going to go, try not to go out of the line. And if you're doing this technique, I would suggest to do it the day before your project or the morning before the project, giving it some time to dry. It works quick. Oh, look at that brush is done. Oh, I'm so disappointed in that. I'm going to start that again because look how it's ruined it just by putting bleach where I don't want it. So I'm going to cut myself another piece and I'm just going to get a wipe. I don't know why it did that. What a waste. That is going to give me grief, I think. Let's just keep... Yeah, I might have a look if I've got another one because that's... That hair is just not good enough. Yep, I've got another brush there. Let's use that. Thank goodness you have more than one. That's better. I don't think that's got any furry ones. Okay. Take two. Let's get a bit of cardstock. And I will cut a piece of cardstock. And we'll try it all over again. So that's one thing. Don't do what I did. Go use it by 13.4. Oh, you've never done it before either, Cherry. You've done it with the white ink and the chalk pencil. Yes, they do give a very similar effect. But I'll show you in a minute where it differs and why it differs. So I'll just get this again and we'll take two of this, my Versamark. I think I can zoom in a little bit easier for you to see. I look like I'm a bit far out. That's a bit better, isn't it? So, pop that. Now, I don't know about the photopolymer stamps, but I have done it where I've stamped using the bleach to get the effect on the card, which gives it a very different look again. But I'm not sure if the photopolymers would be able to cope with it. Rightio. Let's see if I can make a mess again. Take that. Use this bit of paper here, just in case I make a mess. So, look at that. Second time round went so much better. Just keeping it real, girls. And if I'm going to make a mistake or have an accident happen, it will happen to me. Very good at that. Okay, so I'll take this and start again. And there is no furry edges on this one, which is good. Oh, no. And I just put my hand in it, so I haven't embossed it, did I? Got enough there to cap where I smudge my hand. That's better. What a day. What a day. Yes, I could have, but it had ruined it anyway, so I had to do another one. And because my heat gun is nice and hot, it's not going to take me long at all to do this one. Just make sure that all the pieces are covered. Right. Just let that cool down for a bit. You were yelling at me, were you, Kendra? Oh. Yes, we need to have sound coming through so we can interact by voice. Wouldn't that be great? It's a bit like on Zoom and that, you know, I think that is great. Okay, we will try again. So as I said, just come in, and the reason I like to emboss is it just gives you that line so you can see where you're not going to go out. Just get in there, and we'll do this. And as I said, it's a good one that you can do in advance to allow it to dry and bring the colour out. Sometimes when we learn a technique, we sort of forget about it after a while because we've done it. And as I said to you last week when we did the figurine one, this set has given me a lot to look at. Just go down in here. So the paper is changing as I'm doing it. It's a good way to sort of paint, but you're allowing that whatever the cardstock's layers are made up of are coming in. Okay, now we've got there. Look at that. All done. Just a little bit of bleach, and I'll move that out of the way. So as you can see, this is drying already. That little mistake. But I've done one beforehand because, as I said, you can put the heat gun to it, but I prefer to let it dry in its natural state. Let it do its own thing. So I've done one prior. This was one I did. And look what happened with this one. It went very different. It's like it's got its little halo. It's just got a glow to it, but I haven't really gone out of the line, so I don't know. Yes, it does smell a little bit, but once it's dried, it's gone. So as long as you've got it in a well-ventilated area, you'll be fine. So see, look at that, how different those two look. This is one I did yesterday, one I did this morning. And you can see it's probably not 100% dry. I might put the heat gun to it. Just to make sure it's completely dry. Only because of the way that one turned out. I did have some disasters, believe me. So I'll just let that sit there for a while. And I will show you what I played with cardstock. So this is Secret Sea. And I went out of the line, so I've just drawn around this one in Secret Sea. So it's given a different look altogether. It's sort of given a shadowy effect on this one. Then I used chopped chip, early espresso. And I went out a bit, of course, but as you can see, it's actually got different shades. So I must have been a bit thicker somewhere along the line. Then I used basic grey, and it's got more of a milky colour through it. And then I went to black, because black was where I was hoping. And black, strangely, went weird. So what your technique that you were talking about, Cherry, would be perfect for the black, because it would give that whiter look. And then I used Blackberry Bliss. And again, you can see that the Blackberry Bliss and the grey are nearly, and actually they're nearly similar in the colours that are the colour family they belong to, because you've got very similar shadings. Even the Secret Sea are into those shadings. But the black's on its own. So that's where I said that the white ink, if you want white, yes. I mean, I'm still going to use these because the colours, I mean, I wanted to do some more so you could see the colours, but I just wanted to show you how the different colour of cardstock creates a different look on the background. And I'll use these because there'll be some Christmas cards that I'll make. So they're not going to go astray. I mean, this particular one that we just did before where it went everywhere, I mean, I'll probably cut it out and make it a different look with it. You know, I'm not going to waste it. So before I go any further, do you think the one with the ethereal glow to it or the one without? Because if you like this one, I'm going to have to stamp the star on it. So you let me know which one you think you'd like me to use today. While you're letting me know what you want, I've got a silver gel pen. So we're going to put faces on, aren't we, ladies? Definitely going to put faces on today. So I'm going to put the faces on the two of them, and you can tell me then which one you'd like to see. So a gel pen takes a little bit of getting going, but there we go. been sitting in the cupboard for a while. It always pays to have a bit of have some gel pens on handy. I mean, I got a pack just like this with lots of colours in it. I picked this up from Aldi. It's a great little one to have, and it's been perfect for this sort of thing. I'll put little faces on this one. So there we go, we've got their faces on. So I think we'll stick with the one we were doing with. Now I've got a couple of little marks, and I'm pretty sure that if I might use the back of that one, it's going to leave a mark. Yes, it's like tone on tone. It's going to try to look, but I will use the cloud cover, just got the cloud cover light, and I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to use that on the staff, because because it was so hard to try and get in there and get those fine little bits that I just went over. So I'm just going to put that. And you can see there what I've done. I've just put the cloud cover in there, in the middle there. That will soak up and blend in pretty much to the thing so that the staff, it looks like it belongs. It is a whole piece rather than having bleach through it. Okay. So I've got a piece of silver that I'm going to make sure that's a smaller piece. Yep. And I'm going to adhere that to the silver. And I've only got a very small border around there, and I'm only going to glue this. As you know, with silver or any of the foils that we use, it will be very slippery, and you do need to let it dry. Okay, so that was the back of a spoiled card. So we'll pop that on there and just let it. As I said, I've only got a 2 mil border around the card. Just to make sure it's nice and neat. And as you can see, that's just enough on that one. So I've got my card base, which I've folded but I haven't burnished, so we're going to put that there. And we're going to pop it like so. So the card base on there, but I'm going to put them on dimensionals because I can. So pop some dimensionals on here. And we'll those out of the way. There it is. I knew I had it here. I'm sure there's gremlins on my desk. It's probably in need of a good clean up, but I'll get there. Right. Tone on tone. And I should have put, no, look, I got that all right. I should have put some glue on underneath so it shifts. So as you can see, just that tiny little bit of silver around the edge just gives it a really bit of a touch. Probably could have put it on dark, but I want to keep those tones running through. So now I want to do a label. And I'm going to emboss the label. I mean, why not? So I don't think I want this one because I did this one on a sample for you, so we'll look for a different one. So I think I'll use a Come Let Us Adore Him. Just pop that, make sure it's nice and straight. Put my block on. And I'll emboss this as well. I mean, why not? We've got the silver here, so let's emboss. Just pop that in the middle. I hope you have a go at this, ladies, because it's a different technique, and I think that once you've had a go and just play with different cardstocks, like even if you've just got a little sample and you just test it with a little brush to see what the inner core of the cardstock, like when I say the inner core, it's not like the two-tone cardstock, which we know is white, but this is, and I've got a nice little stray bit just in there. There we go. Is that clean? Trim this down. I'll get my little guillotine. Trim there. I wish they'd bring these out again for customers because they were so good. They're very popular as a joining gift, so... And they're just so handy. Just come back a bit. Trying to make sure I've got it nice and straight. Pop that in the bin. Yeah, you're right, Cherry. It may come later on. It might be something to do with the way it's going. So I'm just going to trim this strip in half because I don't want it around the... I just want it top and bottom. I'll have enough on one strip. That's that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. And I just want it peeking through. And my scissors. And then repeat the process on the other side. So it's good to look at a stamp set and look at other ways that you can do things with it, especially something like this, which is pretty much to what you've bought. Okay, now I didn't think of what I was going to put See, that would look really nice just there. I think I need some ribbon or some twine. What am I going to use? I'm not even sure if this is current, the Silver Baker's twine. Probably isn't, but I'm going to use it because I'm going to take some off and I'm going to then unravel it, but I want the silver filament that's wrapped around the twine. I just want it. Just pull this out. There's my springy. See how that beautiful and springy? And that's what I want for the background. Even though I didn't plan it, as soon as I saw it, this is what came to my mind. So I'm just going to loop it a few times. Maybe just stretch it out a little bit. I'll do like a large bow. Skim around, just using my fingers to get this large bow. That belongs there. I'm not very good at these type of bows. I don't know about you girls, but sorry, I'm off camera. I get concentrating and then I better start again. It's gone all funny. Okay. So I'm going to hold this down here, hold that up, and just go up and around. Now, it worked for me the other day when I was showing it, and, you know, go live, it doesn't want to work. Maybe I'm using something more flimsy than I was the day I was showing it. 1, 2 loops. I'm going to come through here. Well, this is certainly testing me, isn't it? I have probably chosen the wrong thing, but here goes. Come on. Just decided to be silly. It's very much got a mind of its own since I've unravelled it. And I have got it. Yes, I have. Woohoo! Okay. Here's my large bow. So I want to put that just like so. Looks a bit scraggly, but that's probably more the look I was looking for. So I'm just going to adhere that with a couple of dimensionals because this filament is very, very fine. So the dimensionals will hold it in place. Take that off and just trim that a bit. And I'm going to pop that just in here. So as you can see, the filament just gives it a really fine, very fine little look on your page. So I'm going to get some rhinestones. So now rhinestones are always good value. Oh, I've already cut that one open. Here, I was trying to get it open. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one large one, pop that in the middle. I'm keeping that silver theme right in there. And that in there. So there we go. I've got the front done. So I've got a piece of silver and white for the inside. But I'm going to stamp on the white. But I'm going to get, there's another set of stars. And I'm going to get my cloud cover. No, I think I'm going to change my mind and do it with embossing. Let's keep the embossing look. What do you think? You know, we can change our minds. That's what we're allowed to do. So I'm just going to, and I'm going to ink this stamp set up, these stars, and I'm just going to pop them down the side. This is going to be my border. And it's random. If I've gone over some of them, it's not always easy to see. It's probably because I haven't got the light on. So we'll soon see when I do it. I've got my silver embossing powder. And let's see how good I am. Did I get it well? Or did I miss completely? Yeah, so far so good. Oh, wow. Look at that. How lucky was that? Put that lid on that before I spill it. And we'll just emboss that for a different look. I think that's better than the cloud cover was going to be. And I'm not worried that there's a few strays in there because they are stars. Sorry, I keep going off camera. When I work on my own, I actually go to one side when I'm doing embossing. So on that side to flatten it a bit. So I've got a habit of going over to my right. And I like to do the same thing all the time. So voila. Look at that. So I'm going to pop that on. So I'm going to keeping that silver theme. And if you want a sentiment in there, you can add that to it. I leave the sentiments off for the inside. Being a Christmas one, I could have put Merry Christmas, but I like to leave it off so I can write in it. Not that I'm a big writer, but I like to at least have some room. So we're just going to glue that in. And pop that. So I've got that silver with the cloud cover. It's a very soft look rather than a bright. I'll just clear that out of your way. Take that out of the way. And there's our card. So as you can see, it looks really different from, I pulled up last week's. That was our one last week. But I did do some beforehand so you could see the difference of using different colours. Here I've used basic beige, one with gold and one with black. So you can see the very different look. So it's a simple layout. These ones I put a wider border than I've done on this one. I think this has probably got the wider border and I've just moved along. But as I said, it's a simple card, but at the same time, it is one that you can, it changes with the colour that comes out when you bleach it. If you're wanting a white look, completely white, because I was actually surprised that the cloud cover came out white. I was expecting it to come out in a shade of blue, but it came out very white, whereas the basic beige has come out in a very yellowy tone, creamy tone. So, yeah, depending on your cardstock, as I said, you look at the different ones, you've got different shades, different looks, and it just goes on your cardstock. As I said, the black was a surprise. That's had 2 coats and it's done nothing. So it's really weird that the black's been like that. And as I said, there I've gone around the Secret Sea, just with some Secret Sea, just giving it that little bit of dimensional look. So, it's a way to look at it. And then I said this one, that was my messy one, but I'll use it. I mean, I'm not going to waste it. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, I know Glenda and Cherry haven't used this technique, and it's certainly something a bit different. And look, I could have gone and used other colours, which I haven't done, but it would have been interesting to see what some of the greens would have turned out like. Blackberry Bliss was very yellow, so the reds I would assume would come into that more creamier tone, but this came out very white, which is really, really good. So, that's a nice way. And it's a simple card, but it's stunning in the way you've got it. You love them all. Thank you, Glenda. I really appreciate that. So here I've shown you over the last 2 weeks 2 different ways of using this particular stamp set, even though it's one that really, no matter what you do with it, it's still going to be the same, but you can get different looks. So as I said, we've used the bleaching there, and then last week we did the colouring. So again, a very different look to this week. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will see you next Monday. Thank you, Cherry. I'm glad you liked them too. I will see you next Monday, and then I'll have a 2-week break, as I will be joining my upline and other demonstrators, and I don't arrive back in Sydney until the Monday, so that won't give me time to do to come and do a live, because I won't have even flown out of Sydney. So anyway, enjoy and have a great week, everybody, and I will see you all next week. Bye for now.